Brandon Lovett.
Ricardo Carranza.
Audio man.
Jordan Coker.
How are you, buddy?
How doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, chilling.
What's good for you nowadays?
What's good for me?
Like when you're like, I'm good, what does that mean?
I got no issues right now. I got no problems. I'm alive.
Okay.
Facts.
What do I got to worry about?
That's a good answer.
I love how in every Discord meeting too, when we share our wins, Brandon's like, I'm alive, I'm breathing.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yo, like
Every day above ground's a
Very
blessing.
simplistic, apparently.
literally.
And okay, so what's different now in life that makes you feel super content or that you are content?
I would say anything is different.
No?
Not really. I don't know. I'm just happy to be alive.
Fair enough. Okay.
You've always been like that?
Well, everybody's had like their dark days.
I know, but like when I feel like it's more consistent now. You're just like, I'm happy I'm alive. Like, has that always been you since like?
I'm just doing more, I guess, for myself, like going to the gym and stuff like that.
So you're doing more then.
Okay, so
I
let's
guess,
go off of that. Was the gym like a pivotal point in your your change of life?
I guess, kind of.
Or what can you link it to then if it's not the gym specifically?
I don't know. Like it's just you're doing more for yourself, so you start to like yourself more. You're doing things for yourself. I don't know.
Or was it that trip to
fucking
Punta
Punta
that
Cana?
changed your
No,
mindset,
Punta-
buddy? Because I know that was a rowdy one.
Oh, he has a great story.
Let's
I
share
got
that.
that story on here.
You
I
can't.
don't even want to remember that story.
We don't even have to dive into like the
The details.
but like, you woke up on the beach, right?
Yeah, I woke up on the beach like 7 a.m. There's like people standing around me and shit.
Were you burnt?
No, it was early in the morning. Like I woke up like I think the sun woke me up because it was like just coming up.
So wait, before waking up at 7, what were you guys doing that night?
We were just
Lizard,
just drinking.
and just
There's nothing else. What else do you do at a resort? You drink.
Yeah. So
Nothing
you guys were
else to
just from morning to dawn.
That's the most alcohol I've ever drank in my entire life. Yeah, you wake up, you go to the breakfast, they give you mimosas, and you're drinking like 4 or 5 mimosas, and then you go back to the room, chill for like a couple hours, go to the pool bar, drink all day, maybe get a hot dog or a hamburger,
Yeah.
and then you go out and you go drink more.
How much drinks would you say, if you had to estimate, did you have like in one day?
Oh fuck. I don't know, like almost probably 70s. If you count shots and stuff. too.
70 drinks.
I'd say so.
It's a
Like,
big
yeah.
man.
That's
Yeah.
no, of course.
Bro,
yo,
like
that's,
one man out there, Juan, was trying to kill us all.
Yeah, his name was Juan. That was the crazy. We even have
Yeah.
pictures of it. David, I'll send it to you so you can post it. There's one of all happy. This guy literally would feed us like this is a cup.
Oh my
It's this
God.
tall. He'd feed us 3/4 of just tequila as
Yeah.
a shot.
but I could also see Coke on the bar being like, yeah, I need it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like push
Bro,
it
Bro,
up.
even when you don't want it, you're taking.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
didn't even have a choice, which was kind of fun too.
Yeah, they're giving me the prairie fires. I think it was rum, tequila, and Tabasco sauce.
Jeez.
Yeah, they
they
weren't
were
bad
gas.
though. They weren't bad at
Jeez.
all. No.
That's in Punta Cana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys try the Mama Wana?
Yo,
Yeah, we brought some back. We brought some
everybody
back.
was
Yo, that
giving me
shit
some.
works, eh? That shit
Yeah. Oh, it's
right away.
it works. It definitely works, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it works.
And they put some natural seeds, some dirt. What the
It's,
fuck did
it's,
they
a, it's a
fucking
bark.
put in
So
there?
it's a bark. It's like
So,
even
yeah.
too for like. Blessed actually, you know what? Great that you remind me. I literally remember I bought those 2 bottles of Mama Juana to make.
Yeah.
I literally have just the bark, the actual stuff that
Yeah.
you need. So you're getting married next week, bud. So I'll make that when I go home.
Oh, perfect.
Jeez.
Fucking
I
gonna
remember.
need that, buddy. But yo, but with the Mama Wana, the story is like apparently the population was dying, and it was all up to this one fucking lad. He had to fucking repopulate the fucking like the population of Dominican Republic or whatever. So then he made this Mama Wana. He fucking got sturdy and he went to work, boys.
Really?
And he
actually the
fucking
story
That's the
behind it?
story?
that's Mama Wana's
Bro,
story.
man,
Yeah,
yeah.
say
know
the
that.
Dominican, bro.
And he literally made so many kids because of the Mama Wana. So that's why they
Damn.
pushed that.
Sure.
Basically,
I didn't know.
Jesus.
I honestly never knew there was a story on
Yeah.
it like that.
Hey, if I'm talking bullshit, call me out. but that's what the one tourist guide told us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was jokes.
Even too, we went out. Go ahead, man.
No, that guy's a bad man.
Whoa, he's a beauty, bro.
Everybody's dead.
I want a
bro.
statue, bro. I want like a picture of him in my house.
Even too, they took us to like we had this one guy who took us around like around places. Remember we did the little
Oh, a
excursion?
little bus, yeah.
And they took us to this one, like, it was like kind of a church. Not a church. It was weird. It was like, essentially, they did everything. So they made the Mama Juana there. They grounded the coffee beans.
Oh,
They made
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But then also they took all that money and they built it. They had a school on the land, on the
Mhm.
ground.
Yeah.
And they were just like, all this money that they made off like that stuff, they would put it towards the kids. So, like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It was like direct like that. And it was kind of cool because we ended up having like this hot chocolate.
That was gas.
Gas. Probably
Yeah.
the best hot chocolate I've ever tried in my life.
When I went to Punta Cana too, they rolled these chocolate cigars in front of us too, and it was
Oh, we
so.
didn't get that.
No, we
It,
never
it
got
was
those.
dope. It was dope. It's just different like cultures, you know. It's just nice to see and shit. Obviously, we're just seeing the touristy stuff. We're not seeing the nitty gritty. But
Yeah. Where are you going on vacation next? Aren't you going on honeymoon?
yeah, we're going to Mexico.
Okay, where?
Mexico.
You know where?
Fuck.
Cabo? Oh, closer?
Yeah.
Oh, true. My bad, bud.
No ways, buddy. What was your question though?
No, it's where? So you're going on vacation just now?
Oh yeah, Mexico. It's gonna be in Mexico. I think it's closer to Tulum, but it's some sort of resort, you know. And yeah, it's gonna be with my wifey at that time. Not yet. This is my last weekend of Freeman, huh?
Are they still at war? The
Mexico.
cartels?
Yeah, like the thing
Oh,
is,
'cause of Oviedo?
no, but the thing is,
Didn't,
Pablo's son got
They're at
arrested.
war, shooting
No,
planes.
Pablo. It's not him.
Escobar.
No,
Not
it's not
Pablo
Pablo.
No, no,
It's
Chapo.
Chapo's son. It's Ovidio.
Yeah, no,
Ovidio,
that's
something
still going on and stuff. But like, when you read the newspaper and all the headlines and the Instagram things, that's all you see. But it's fucking fine. People go over there.
Oh,
Every
they were
day.
shooting at planes and stuff. I heard.
Yeah, they were. I remember. Well, even too, like at the
Thanks,
height,
bud.
of, like at the height of that
Sure.
going down, Tyler was there, McGee, and it was freaking like he's like, oh, we're about to leave, and literally the guy got captured. Their flight out to Mexico was 2 days later. So I remember calling him. He's like, oh, bro, we're still going. I'm like, bro, why are you gonna go? He's like, it's on the other side of Mexico.
Yeah.
We're good. Like it
I know
doesn't
there's
matter.
like
I'm like,
was it the south? I think south or north side was good. Like you could still go and be.
I think it was
be fine.
Tulum. That Tulum area was good. It's because it was opposite where everything was actually happening.
Yeah, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, everywhere is dangerous.
Yeah, it's fact.
Yeah.
You know everything about it. Depends
yeah.
what ends you go, what place, what time of day. You can go to the richest place in the world, and all of a sudden there's a bad man there who's
Yeah.
a terrorist.
That is true. That
Yeah.
is true.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, fuck, that drone that tried to kill Putin. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah,
That was some.
I've
that,
read-
We should talk about that one. That's a good
that
one.
was
I've read
some.
a lot of. Well, I haven't read a lot. I've seen a lot of people saying they think he did it to himself.
What do you mean? Let me hear this.
Just because like that Russia basically flew the drone into their building themselves
Okay, so
They
that-
planted the story then.
to kind of start like stoke the fire with the U.S. That's why they're blaming the U.S. now. But then
Okay.
people are also saying if they did that, it makes their air defense, it makes them look weak because their defenses look weak, and so
But at the same time, like,
unless you're playing
bro,
4D chess.
what a fucking Kiati attempt.
What did he come
Did
out?
you see that fucking
was
footage? It was just a
38
little fucking drone, just exploded.
It was
Didn't
30
damage,
pounds of C4.
but it didn't damage nothing, bro.
No, I didn't see the aftermath. I just saw the explosion.
But that's what I mean. Like, like if you're the U.S. and you're trying to assassinate someone like that, you're doing it. That's
Oh,
not the
probably.
U.S. who's doing that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's who else is it gonna be?
Well, it was Ukraine. They
Well-
say Ukraine did it, but the U.S. gave them the go-ahead to do it.
But still, even if Ukraine is doing it, they're doing it under the U.S. influence, right? And to
Oh, yeah.
to allow such a fucking little attempt like that, it's just like
Unless they want World War III,
Honestly, if
Why would they want World War III? I would like to just hear it.
war makes money. War-
Expand on that for those who don't really know.
well, when there's war, production goes up. The U.S. needs things, so they make money.
So you're thinking this
There's
is
more
kind
to
of
it than that.
the U.S. is like the only way they can come back to become the number one nation is if they go through World War III. Because right now they're going
I think it's
downhill.
one of the things.
Right now they're going downhill with China and Russia teaming up and
Yeah, like
breaking.
people say
break
they've already
overall.
lost superpower status.
it
But
is
no
because
one
their
knows
dollar is
yet.
no longer
Yeah.
number one. What I heard that's crazy. So you know how like the U.S. like if over the last 20 years there's been all these wars. There's 7 locations that they were supposed to target. Apparently they were all talked about, like when 9/11 or just before it happened. So like it was Syria, Iran, Sudan, where else? Iraq, or Iraq or Iran, Yemen, and there's one more. So if you actually look, these all over the last like 20 years have all been like essentially sites where the U.S. has either invaded or caused war in, and it's like this was said by a head commander like right around that time. So like everything was coincided. So they say that. Who knows if this is a conspiracy, but essentially 9/11 was the trigger to go in and start this process of like, these are the 7 things. Because it was, or where was Gaddafi from? It's that Libya. That's the other 7 ones.
Yeah.
So essentially, these 7 countries that are all, if you look at them right now, they're all terrorized right now. None of them are doing amazing, right?
Yeah.
And it's all because this U.S. had this like 20-year plan of these 7 are all going to be hit.
Why would they want that?
I don't remember why.
I think
What
some of
po-
them where they want to sell oil in their money, their currency. Not
I
the
think
US
that's what it
dollar
is.
anymore.
Hmm.
And I know there was one with Gaddafi. Right? Yeah, I know he was apparently doing a lot of things, but then I've also heard he was doing like genocide at the same time.
Apparently, it's a lie. He wasn't doing. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't
But
know.
apparently, that was a lie. He wasn't actually doing it. It's because he wanted to take his country and to like essentially move it to like a golden dollar, and he
Yeah.
wanted that whole region to adopt that also. But U.S. obviously, if he ends up doing that, they separate from the U.S. currency,
Yeah.
and then that falls.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's a video game. We've said this before.
Okay, another good one. Brazil's or the aliens in Brazil. We've
There's
talked about
aliens
it.
in Brazil.
Oh,
Well, it's the UFO landing back in, I think it was like 1976. Quote me if I'm wrong, but
maybe 96. One of the two, 76 or 96.
it was 96. It was 1996. That you're right. It was 1996. A UFO landed in Brazil,
in Varginha.
broad daylight, and there was at least 300 witnesses that saw it. But not only did the UFO crash, there was actual like things that came out, like living small beings that came out of the aircraft, and there's a lot of eyewitnesses. This guy even went to touch it, and then he got like a disease that the hospital couldn't even like describe. Like this is now being reported within like the last X amount of months. Like it's a more recent sort of thing because some guy came out with a documentary that's talking to all the witnesses.
Yeah, James C. Fox is his name. And
Crazy.
and apparently he's been traveling to Brazil the last 12 years, like extensively, like trying to get these eyewitness speeches, testimonies, testimonies. And even too recently, he was just on the Rogan podcast, and that's where he kind of like came out with it, like came out where he's like, yo, anybody who hears this, if you're from there, know somebody, or you know these people who are the eyewitness, because they're probably still alive, to come forward. So now it's like,
And apparently,
what happened to aliens?
huh?
What happened to the aliens?
well, that's the thing. Apparently, what happened was the U.S. came to the site. They put these creatures. There was like 5 of them. 3 died, 2 were alive.
Yeah.
They put the creatures in body bags. They took them to the hospitals in Brazil. They did an X-ray on them. Not opening the bag. So like the bag was covering them. No one actually saw them. And then the U.S. took them back to America.
Jeez.
Yeah. But, and apparently the smell off of them was so rancid that they had to like, it took them over a week to bleach the whole area, like that like area where they were contained in. It took over a week and the smell was still there.
Like the army shut down the city and stuff. And it was, and it's crazy because in little small like places like that in Brazil, you won't hear those stories.
Yeah.
It takes like an American reporter to do his like 15 years of studying it to actually break it. Right, because no one's fucking doing it.
Yeah, right. Like if you're a little village person, even too.
They
like,
think you're crazy talking about these aliens that landed and.
In '96, phones weren't around like they are now, right? So like, there's not going to be someone who pulls out their phone and records it right then and there. So like, from what I heard, essentially if it's gonna come out, there needs to be like some piece of evidence. Like there's what's it called, X-rays. So those X-rays could like show us what they were.
Do you think they're only releasing it now to distract you from something else?
No, because I think this guy is not really like being funded by anyone else but his own passion himself.
If people wanted to shut him up, they could.
Yeah, you're right. But like when you get on platforms like, you know, Joe Rogan and stuff like that, it's harder to get like really fucking like shut down.
Yeah, but somebody could have like stopped him before he started.
No, but the thing is it's like yeah, they don't mind us knowing, I guess, and like it's still, bro. It's a percentage of people who are even talking about this subject are still probably less than 5%.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even
in the whole fucking world.
So
we're an irrelevant
I never even
topic.
heard about it. So.
Like
You know
that's
what I mean?
what I'm saying. Like I've talked like multiple people like in my family or whatever. I'm like, you heard about this? And they're like, no, what are you talking about? Like,
So it's
they
not we're
actually
not
think-
threat. We're not
They think we're like, the thing is too. It's like you have to remember like the amount of people that actually might believe it versus the people who are just like, you're crazy.
But the craziest thing is there was 3 sisters that he interviewed, and they had an encounter 8 feet away from the live being that came out of the UFO, and basically they were communicating like
telepathy.
telepathically. Like they literally just looked at each other, and the little girl was like, he was telling me like, I'm hurt, I'm scared, like because lightning apparently hit the UFO and it caused him to crash. But who fucking knows, yo?
Because even too like it's I don't know, like are people that crazy that are gonna come up with this shit? Like maybe, but
the
like,
fact that there's a whole it's either a whole village is playing a fucking hoax and they're fucking laughing, or it actually happened.
No, I think they saw something.
I think
there's
so.
300 people witnessing.
And there's even statues. Like if you actually go there's multiple statues of the UFO, what it looked like, and what those little beings are.
Oh.
The whole city has them.
That's cool.
So it's like it's very immersed. It's almost like they say it's the Roswell of Brazil, essentially.
Yeah.
So
What do you think about aliens, buddy?
I was gonna ask, if aliens came right now and said you go with them forever, would you go with them? Explore space?
Like, are they gonna kill me?
No,
like,
no,
if
you're
I
chill
if I
with
say no, what like
No,
what?
they'll probably just fly away.
I wouldn't be. I'll try to negotiate. I'll be like, not
Can I
for.
just come with
us?
I'll be like,
I would
not
like-
for everybody, but like fucking.
Well, like
take
if you
me there.
go, this is if you're traveling at light speed. When you leave and then come back, everybody it's gonna be like 200 years.
Everyone's dead. Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
gone.
Say they even bring you back.
Think about that.
What if Earth is not even a thing by the time you come back?
Exactly.
Yeah, literally.
Like they'll bring you back, but it's not gonna be when everyone's gonna be gone.
Fuck.
They're gonna be gone for so long.
The thing that gave me the chills was when the one guy on Joe Rogan, the guy we were talking about, literally was like, yeah, like the other witness was not the girls, but another witness was saying how the alien was communicating with him, telling him that the human race is just like, you guys are stupid, like you guys are like what are you guys doing, kind of, right? He's like, so it's kind of like adults looking after young kids with matches.
Yeah.
And when you think about that, it's like,
Because even too, apparently the aliens were saying that like us humans don't know our true potential, and we're actually really fucking ourselves.
Well, pretty sure there's also the theory that we're an old like slave race that were dumped here. Or something like that. Like
damn.
yeah.
So okay, go on this.
I think it was they used to use like us to mine or something, and then I think they used the apes or something's here DNA to keep that species going or something like that. I don't know enough about it.
Okay.
But I just
You know what I think? I think because obviously there was a higher power civilization that created the pyramids. You know what I mean? Like at that point, like Graham Hancock, right? He's the one who basically studies and says that there for sure were people who were much smarter than us, like living back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So asteroids came in and destroyed that. So like, who's to say that like our generation is not like the result of like PTSD? You know what I mean? Like of real fucking trauma, because we used to be fucking great, and then the world actually fucking like ripped us to shreds. So like, imagine those years between like them and us, how much hunger, depression, death occurred because nothing fucking really happened until like you really rebuilt that whole society. But like, we're just a result of like them. So that's why we don't even know what a woman is nowadays.
well, they say societies get obsessed with gender when they're near collapse.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's elaborate on
Because
that.
even so,
Yeah, it's like
I think it was
the
Romans.
Romans.
The
Yeah.
Romans was like the last one we can like visibly like link up to that actual fact. Is like when the Romans stopped identifying gender as like specifics. That's when like essentially the collapse.
Yeah.
became.
So the,
Because you have no real problems anymore. So
Yeah.
you just come up with stupid stuff like men, women, whatever. You start just breaking down basic concepts.
so America's about to fucking fall. And
That's what they're
Canada.
saying. Yeah.
Well, if
We're on the
you-
edge of civil war.
Do you think it'll allow itself to happen?
Civil war.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a choice whether it happens.
No, but I do.
Like,
Like
the
you
government's
do,
not gonna
the
be like,
government.
no.
Trudeau will just
Tap
shut your
out.
bank account. Be like, boys, stop.
Well, it wouldn't happen here in Canada. We're too
No.
we're too controlled.
Canadians comply too much.
Yeah.
You compliers and complainers.
Yeah, but America, you see it happening.
Apparently, they have all this from like the outside looking in, they have all the signs of like civil war.
And
But it's
what-
not going to be like the old Civil War where it's like an army here, an army there, and they fight. It's going to be like little pockets of things here, all over the place.
Damn, that's how it starts.
Well, even to look at Chicago. Have you not heard about that?
Yeah, they're just rioting for no
Yeah,
reason.
they're just rioting for no reason. I think what was it? There is a reason, but like
No, well, originally, apparently the original riot was for no reason at all. They just started rioting. There's a bunch of teenagers just looting stores, rioting for no reason. And then I think some activists or some groups basically used it for their cause and saying it's because of like reparations or something like that.
Right now in France, there's a huge riots going on too,
Yeah,
because
they riot all the time.
the pension though, because like they promise you can retire at like 65 or whatever, and now it has to be 68. And it's
Really?
like the old
Yeah.
people are like, yo, fuck that shit, bro. I put my years, yo, and your government's been eating food off, like
Yeah, that's bullshit.
wild, yo.
You should be able to take that money out whenever you
do you
want.
think there should be a retirement age?
Like mandatory?
Yeah.
No. Like if you can do the job still.
Not
And you want to do
mandatory,
it.
but I do think that a country should fucking offer its hard-working citizens rest after a certain amount of year. Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe that 100%.
Like you should be, I don't think there should be a mandatory age. But if I'm like 75 and I still want to work and I can still do the job.
But you
go,
think
work.
65 is a good enough age, especially now with like how longevity of life is?
Truthfully, bro, like I feel like no one should ever feel like they're tied to having to do something for X amount of years and then they can be free. People should be having that freedom from the beginning. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like that doesn't incorporate work, obviously, but what I'm saying is like, yeah, fuck, man, it's tough to think, yeah, at 65 I'll do all my dreams. God forbid, are you even going to get to 65? Is your loved one going to get to 65?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not going to have things that happen in between that's not going to prevent you from accomplishing your dreams?
So how do we do that? How would we give every single person that opportunity?
No, I'm not saying you have to give every single person that opportunity. He was just asking me like whether or not I agree with like that age of retirement. You know what I mean? So like in the sense of doing, it's like by fucking teaching the kids real shit instead of what the fuck is fucking woman, what's a drag queen show, this and this and that, but try, buy, nah, man. Teaching them values. You know what my dad said the other day? I was literally sitting on the table with my dad the other day, and he's like, yo, guess what they taught us in school? I'm like, what? He's like, they taught us like from junior kindergarten, let's say, to grade 3, they taught them morals. They taught them if someone needs something, how can you help them? They taught them real life core values.
I'd say we learned that in Catholic school.
Yeah, see, that's what
No,
I was
but
gonna
like,
say, right?
Well, you learned religion though.
Yeah, that's
no,
what I think the
but
religion
but
class
like
is
it's not the same though. They're not teaching it like religion, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying religion's bad. Like, I'm saying, like, you know me, I'm an advocate for religion, but what I'm trying to say is like they were everything that had, like, for example, if you're learning math in an ethical way, providing an example of like how that applies in the village. Did it like working with the community, working with people. It's so in depth and it's so like more different. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. But the kids nowadays, where are they learning, bro? So how the hell do you expect people to have that open mind and freedom when they're getting indoctrinated by fucking radicals?
Yeah, that's all school is. Government indoctrination.
Not what it was,
Public
but
school.
it is now.
Well, yeah.
You know what's crazy though? When you know what school came from when it was institutionalized, it's actually from Prussia. Like that's where the school, like the whole organization of school, it's actually adopted from Prussia. And the reason was because they wanted to essentially I don't know if I want to use the word brainwash, but it was to brainwash the youth essentially to push them into their same idea.
What's Prussia?
Prussia was like Russia before. I don't know for a fact, but it's like pre-Russia. Like this is like pre Soviet. I'm pretty sure, like before SSR, like right before. Yeah, I don't know if I'm correct on that. I don't want to, but like it's around that time.
It takes like 8 to 12 years to fully indoctrinate somebody.
Yeah, how long is school?
Yeah, and the craziest thing is that from like such a young age, bro, that's when the most important years of your life. Like every psychologist, you know, they basically say they can tell the reason why you're depressed or anxious, based off your childhood. How were you raised? Yeah. Like it links back to that. Every fucking big huge problem links back to that. There's a reason for that. You know what I mean? So like you got to protect the kids at all costs.
Yeah, I think even too though, it's like the problem is like a lot of people don't want to raise your kid. You're not raising your kid anymore.
They just don't in front of a tablet.
Yeah, your internet's raising your kid. Other people are raising your kid. So it's like that's also the issue where like you understandably can have an opinion and whatever, but like if you're not fully involved in your kid's life where you're actually doing it, it's like it's kind of hard for you to try to make those like.
But the way things are now, it's a lot harder to be more active in your kid's life.
100%,
like,
100%.
Not both your parents got to work, so they come home, now they're tired, and they just sit. Now the kid sits online, talks to his friends. And kids are with their friends all day, so they're just being raised by their friends. Parents aren't really raising their kids anymore.
But that's what I'm saying.
I can't imagine though, like, you know what I mean?
That,
like
right?
none of us have kids, right? So I can't imagine the actual commitment it takes and the every single day for 18 years, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Yeah, bro, it's probably busy as heck. But I agree with both of you guys. Like, you have to actually, like, man, that's a life. Like, you know what I mean? That's a result of you.
Yeah.
Like you gotta put in the work. That's you now, you know? And
I think that's the big thing. Like, there's parents who become parents where they're actually in their kid's life, and I'm not taking nothing away if you're not, but there's people who actually care about that, like who actually like there's people who still like you can have kids, go chill with your friends, right? But then you see the difference of somebody who's like super in their kids' lives all the time, where it's like there sometimes could be a little head, maybe they're a little more like intellectual in some ways. It's going back to like our last podcast where it's your effort is what you're gonna get, input is output at the end of it.
But it's weird because I would feel like as a parent and like someone who's 27, so much years of experience, but like quote unquote, like nothing, literally obviously, nothing of life. But like, I think like the only way you can be a real parent is if you actually love yourself and if you actually are taking care of your mental, physical, and all that. You know what I mean? And it's probably tough, bro. Like, I don't have kids, but like, if you're not really, if you're lacking on all those, then how do you expect the result to be of that? I think also but another, like, right? Yeah, 100%. But I think this another thing is too, we forget as when we're younger, like it's kind of easier now to understand, but our parents are literally just us now. They're just a couple years on them. It's literally. Isn't that weird when you grow older and you start to see your parents as just another human? Yeah, that's what literally. Yeah. But that's what it is, right? Even too, like we look at them so strong or whatever. They're literally just another human. They just.
You know,
Yeah.
It's
When you're a
like-
kid, you think they know everything, but then you realize they know nothing.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird when you start to realize, like, okay, now I'm helping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, holy, that's just life.
It's fucked because like you start off being taking care of you, and then at the end it swaps where you're now taking care of.
And then the cycle returns. You know, you have kids, and then you're a superhero for probably X amount of years, and then they look at you like, yo, you're no shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But that's what you want, is for them to be smarter or better than you, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally would I would want my kid to be in a better extension of what I am myself.
Yeah, with their access, like we have the technology, the access we have to knowledge is like 1,000-fold compared to what our parents had growing up. Like we can, whatever you need to know, you can look it up now.
Yeah.
So imagine if when we have kids, what that's going to be like. You'll have Neuralink right in your brain.
Yeah. I was reading one thing where it said, like, the person who has access to internet right now has more access than the U.S. president back in 1983.
Oh, I believe that.
Oh, for sure.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so that's why everyone feels like they have a better, like, for example, the vid, let's say, you know what I mean? For YouTube purposes, the vid. Fucking, you had doctors who were saying this shit is not right, like all these vaccinations and stuff. And you had people on commenting on social media, how do they know? Like, they feel like they're experts. Why? Because they have access to so much information.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is the doctor put in 10 years more.
But it's crazy though because but then at the same time you literally have all this access to information. So like a doctor could just be reading one peer review, or like you could be literally reading 10 different peer review stuff.
No,
Like,
but
if you're
no.
actually that well educated, going through it.
But a doctor though, bro, like I'm not. They put in their years. Bro.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? In years and like practical different situations. And then there's a fucking internet warrior where he can read the most fucking articles in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's still not the same, bro.
Even too, it's like I think the big thing is too, it's, you could read all the data, but you don't know how to actually like break down data and understand it, right? Which is another part.
Yeah,
which
and
a
you
lot
haven't
of
had the experience to understand that maybe there's like every human's different. Like, yes, the cells like we generalize them, like, you know what I mean, to a textbook, but everyone's different. You know what I mean? Like the way you should treat like this person is different from this person because this person has this condition or this person's this, like it's just, we're all different.
Yeah.
You know what I
But then
mean?
wouldn't that go back to like it's like so one band-aid's not gonna fix everyone's injury?
Explain that.
So like it's just like same thing as you said. So everyone's different. Why is one vaccine gonna work for every single person?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not. It's like you trying to put the same key in every lock.
Yeah.
It's not gonna unlock it.
Well, majority of vaccines work for the majority of people.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. It's like in the end of it, going back, it's like I think there's just like not enough.
What? Oh.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Yeah, overall,
Like,
yeah. I think, but
I don't think you should be forced to get one, but like,
Wait. Trudeau never forced nobody.
yeah, he did.
Isn't that what he fucking said,
Bullshit,
bro?
bro.
He coerced
What a
people
slime.
into
bro,
it.
that actually cheesed me. I'm
What
not
a
gonna.
slime,
That
bro.
actually like
Well,
actually
he's
made me
never
really
insulted,
upset.
never insulted unvaccinated people.
Yeah, didn't call
He
us.
called them all racist and misogynist.
You know what cheesed me, bro? The other day, C11, fuck you.
Yeah, literally.
The other
Be
day,
careful. Be careful.
Yeah, yeah.
If he hears this, we're gone.
well, yeah, the other day, fucking Trudeau was talking about his son, bro, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I see him talking to people online, and you know, having boy chats and this," and he's like, "We gotta make sure we watch like." What is it? Misogyny.
Misogyny.
He's like, we gotta make sure that he's like, because sometimes boy chats get a little bit too much. It's like, yo, what the hell, bro? Like, did you not grow up as a young lad?
Well, obviously he did.
He didn't grow up like
He was
everyone
blackface.
else.
He did
Yeah, he's
blackface. He did
racist.
all like obviously grew up as a lad. If he's doing all that,
That's true.
like, he's just bullshit. That's why
He
like
just
that's
needs
why
to be
like
more responsible as a parent and watch what his kid watches.
Yeah.
Not try and monitor everybody what everybody else is doing.
I think that's the issue. Yeah, he's
Watch his kids are gonna be fucking like just like,
or they'll
like,
just be they'll grow up to hate him. You never know.
You know what's funny, bro? Now that you say that, Stephen Harper, right? That was another old prime minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stephen Harper's son at the time went to Queens when I went to Queens. Okay, so
Oh, really?
yeah, he played volleyball at Queens.
Okay.
So you see, like this his tall son, he played volleyball, but people would say like he like Loki didn't like his dad. Like so it's like the same kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It's like
like-
these kids are probably like, yo, why the fuck do I gotta deal with this shit?
Yeah, because even too, that's the problem. It's like if,
Well,
for
people
example,
always
let's say your
rebel against
dad
their
isn't
parents.
or the best prime minister or the best president, and people hate him, you get tagged with that too. You are his, like, you know what I mean? People won't look at you for as an individual. They'll look at you as Trudeau's son, or
Yeah, yeah.
or you know what I mean. And I think that's like bad. Straight up bad.
That's
like,
what you got to do it the
Yeah.
fucking Hunter Biden way.
Like majority of Canadians will like Trudeau.
the Hunter Biden.
Just
way.
go to
Hunter
fucking
Biden.
Switzerland and fucking do your shit,
Crack
bro.
and hookers.
Just go to hookers, do your fucking crack, do your
Other
fucking
things we probably can't
cocaine.
say on here.
Fucking live your life, buddy, because it's in shambles anyways.
Apparently.
Nah, he's balling out.
Yeah.
His dad's president. His dad's president of one of the strongest countries in the world.
Sleepy Joe?
Yeah. Maybe.
That's what they
Maybe.
say, yo. That,
They
that,
say,
that's
they
another
say that's a
good one.
mask that he's wearing.
What?
Yeah. You ever heard that?
No.
That's
let
a
me hear
mask.
that.
They're saying it's a mask.
What do you mean it's a mask?
It's what do you
Like
mean
it's
with
someone
the-
else
It's
with a
prosthetic makeup. It's a mask. Like yeah, it's somebody else under it, and he's wearing a mask.
No fucking
I don't
way.
think it's true, but have you seen like this? How detailed CIA masks are?
Yeah, I have,
Yeah, they're saying that's what he's doing. It's somebody, but like, why would you?
Why would you fall
make him
off a
like
jet
that? Why
and
would you make
stuff?
him competent?
Yeah,
No.
exactly,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
But like, and
Because the
plus,
last thing you need is Kamala Harris to be president.
I don't think she will. I don't think they'll let it.
That's what I mean. That's why they would have to mask a man up if he's dead.
Maybe.
Because then the
Well,
vice
they just
president
got-
automatically takes the title. No?
There's that. There's also that it's an actor. It's somebody who just looks like Biden. But there's a lot of. Have you seen like the side by sides between like old Biden and new Biden?
No.
Some of them are just like his earlobes are attached now, and they used to be detached. There's I think that's the main one. And then like his eyes are apparently a different color, and just like the shape of his head and stuff. But he's also 80 something years old.
Yeah. I don't know. I think just media in general is kind of like.
Trump's coming in heavy, though.
Yeah.
For the next election, that guy's coming in
Apparently,
heavy.
we were talking about this. They were saying like 2024 is going to be like.
Oh yeah, America's
Scary.
gonna burn down.
The year of the fucking Rumble.
Yeah,
Oh
literally.
yeah, like what was it, 2020, the last election year with all the riots and stuff in the
Yeah.
states with George Floyd and all that.
Was that the when Trump was
Was that
running?
2020?
Or wasn't he already president at that point?
Well, he would have been going against Biden. It's every 4 years, right?
Yes.
So I think that was the summer where everything got crazy. They say election years is what gets crazy.
When is the election? So it's
2024.
2024,
So
November.
November 2024.
Jesus.
Damn.
I know that, but I don't know why.
That's gonna be the
The
probably
Canadian, yeah, we've never.
that's the biggest election for this part of the world, but obviously.
It's crazy too, like actually how he said that. How we know the American one, and we're so involved in the American, but like we don't
Yeah.
even care about our own shit. Realistically, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if
Well,
you-
I mean, I feel like now once the election happens in Canada, like again, I do feel like a lot of people are gonna be fucking conservative, pushing conservative. Like a lot of the
No.
country,
Yeah.
a lot of the country's fucking
I don't
sick
know,
of
but
that.
I think
from what I heard, it's-
Canadians just look for the L, the liberal, and just swipe it. They don't care, or there'll be like one policy voters like, oh, Trudeau's giving us free dental. All right, so Trudeau,
Yeah.
right? They just vote for one thing.
yeah, I don't know.
They don't
Even
care
too-
about the rest.
Like even too, yo. So thinking like now that we've kind of grown up over time, we were probably all liberal, grew up liberal, right?
I'd
Or
say
no?
most of us are probably traditionally liberal now.
Yeah. Well, like I was. My mom's a hard lib. Like, and even too, like I remember growing up, she's like, oh, remember, always vote NDP or do this side. I'm like, and then like I remember growing up, and so like I think actually when I did get my second time voting around, I was like, nah, I'm not voting, and like I'm not doing liberal again. I'm like, I think I voted. Yeah, I think I voted with the first year. Second one, I didn't because I didn't really like. I was at the point where I didn't understand it enough, right? And I didn't want to just like throw a vote in for whatever.
Well, that would make sense why they're indoctrinating the kids.
Yeah.
Because when the kids turn 18, they're ready to vote. They're already one way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
So-
they push like liberal points in schools now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we want to get into it, like the LGBTQ plus gender identity and all that stuff. They teach that all in schools now. I was working at a school
It's crazy.
last week. They had a whole assembly about it.
Yeah, even too. So you're in schools, right? Like, because you work in them. How, like, is it everywhere when you're walking through? Like, you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean, like, it's just like
Like high schools are worse.
really.
Yeah, high schools are worse than elementary schools for having it like on the walls. Like there's some schools they got all the different sexualities all over the wall, bunch of made up ones, and then they got pronouns all over the walls, all the different neo pronouns and all that stuff.
Fucking crazy.
It's everywhere. Then like there's one school I was working at, you could go and buy your pronoun pin, and wear it around the school.
No way, really.
Yeah, they have all the flags everywhere and stuff. It's wild.
And these are what's it called? This like 10th Valley.
Yeah, public schools.
Yo.
Bring back bullying.
Bring back bullying, David says. He's for the people.
You know what's crazy? Joey literally bought a shirt that says that. It's literally like a bring back bullying shirt.
I
Yeah.
saw a meme. It was a guy. Some guy was wearing that shirt, and then another guy had a shirt that said, "Don't bully me, or I'll come."
Oh, yeah.
He's waving at the guys.
That's so funny. But no, like, that's just, like, crazy, bro. It's like, how the fuck did it get this far? Because, like, when we were in high school, none of that shit existed.
I think it was there, but it
No.
wasn't, like,
Like,
pushed.
bro, I didn't see no pronouns on the walls.
No, but we were like, that's when it was like starting.
Yeah. But
right? That was like just so like we were probably leaving school right as it was coming in. That's why you never really saw it.
You think about, yeah, we were like, if you even think just like overall, like our
we were the last
age,
real
we went to
generation.
Catholic school. We also went to Catholic
we're,
school.
We're like that perfect like thing. Yeah, that too. I think that's another. We're in the Catholic.
We went to
school,
Catholic,
remember?
so it's like they're not going to push that as hard. Like they don't push that in a lot of.
No, but I remember
Catholic
playing like
schools.
football in sports in all different schools. I would never see like flags or pronouns
No.
in any high school hallway. Like
It was
I
big in
would
like
never.
2016, I think, is where it started.
So
to pick up.
after when we left,
Yeah,
like,
it was like right after we
we
left.
finished 2013, so there's 3 years of buffer essentially.
crazy.
Yeah, it was like just like trickling in. I think when we would have graduated or left school.
Damn, I'm speechless. I mean,
Yeah, it's wild.
how do we get back?
Well,
It won't be in our lifetime.
if you let it get pushed enough, people say let them keep doing what they're doing, their surgeries and all
I
that
know you
stuff,
say they're gonna breed
and
themselves.
then they breed
out.
them. They're going to breed
That's what I
themselves
was
out
gonna say,
because
yeah.
they can't. None of them can reproduce anymore, and only conservatives can. And conservatives are going to have more kids, so their kids are probably going to be conservative.
Well, that was my whole argument with the teacher back in high school. Was I told her I'm like okay, like if you're born that way, like you're eventually admitting that you're gonna die out as a population
Yeah,
because you can't reproduce. And she was like, oh, that's when I got sent to the principal's office.
that's true though. You can't
Right?
reproduce, but that's why they say we don't need to have kids because we have yours. That's why they're pushing it in schools.
And that's when we're going back to what I was saying to
Spooky.
you earlier. If you're not raising your kid, then you can't really like you can't complain. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like you can. Don't worry, get me wrong, but like you can't.
Yeah.
It falls in like it's in your hands, and you just said here you deal with it. So then now you got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Wow. Yeah, should we just wrap it up there, boys?
Yeah, I think it was a good little
Yeah, I think it was
shebang.
good.
Sure.
That was a sick flash episode. Yo, we went through everything. That was dope.
Oh,
Started with Mama Wana and ended up with fucking.
It'll be good though this one because like there'll be funny little videos we could put in. Just
Yeah.
and, like, even to the alien stuff, David. You better show them you better show them all.
Yeah. Yo, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and keep up with our content. Peace.
Peace.